This week I failed my first prop firm account in a very long time. I think it's about a year since I blew an account through a total loss of 10%. I have breached accounts through not realising that the max daily loss was smaller, maybe like 4% instead of 5%. This purely was down to a long period in total of a lot of drawdown, and I started the account and I started off on a really bad note. Funny thing is I actually took this account, which is funded, into phase 2 and then into funding in about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. This account took me 6 months to fail. There's so many things that come with prop firms, and I've done videos on how to never blow a prop firm account, funded or challenge. How I tackled the prop firm challenges a little bit differently, but I had made mistakes on this one. So we're going to go through the mistakes that I've made, what to do once you've blown an account, and what it means for your prop firm trading. If you're like me and you failed a prop firm in the last few weeks and looking for a new firm, look no further than Prop Firm Match to help find your best fit for what you're looking for, whether that be through the rules or the challenges that they offer. If you do head over to the loyalty points here and you claim, you can also get double loyalty points helping you get new accounts for free in the future. And if you do add my code Wilksey, I'll add you to my private Discord group and you will get double loyalty points as well. Let's get into this one. Getting off onto the account, we want to talk through the metrics of this dashboard. Obviously, I've not blown the account yet. It's got 0.15% left, but to me, I'm not trading this. This is done. I don't want to try and get this back to being even break even. I'm going to show you why in a second. The overall loss, all right, it did end up giving me 20 trading days, and we're going to go through them now. I need to figure out how to get onto this. I think it's on Trading Review. Once you've taken an account to max drawdown, I really vouch you all go on to the analytics. Sometimes it's easy to shy away from the things that you've done wrong, but you need to look, because this is how in the next prop firm challenge, you will understand what you did wrong previously and make amends. Overall, it wasn't a good period, and I'm going to show you why. Main reason was, as I started to count in drawdown, I took 6 losses on it in a row after a period of winners. First lesson, and I can show you when the account started, in fact, if we go to analytics. I never experienced profit in this account. Let's move this up. Never experienced profit in this account at all. Many prop firms that I've taken, I've gone and started into profit. They're the ones you pass quick. When you start a prop firm in drawdown, what's the first reason and what is the first learning lesson for me? Has to be, don't start a prop firm challenge after a winning streak. A lot of the time it's easy for me, especially when you're funded. You make profit and you get a payout and you think, oh, I'll reinvest the payout into a new prop firm challenge. There's nothing wrong with putting money into a prop firm account or a pot that sits there, and when you're then in a drawdown period, that's when you need to execute. At a minimum, you should stagger your prop firm challenges so they're not taken at the same time, which I don't do, and that's why I've only blown one specific account. This can be seen by the date that I started this challenge is Feb 20th. And during that time, Feb 20th this year, you can see here, I just finished a four trade winning streak. I went into this as the new challenge. 6 losses in a row. What did I do? I risk 1.5% generally when I take these prop firm challenges. That's my criteria. Sometimes I did used to risk 2% when I was really being aggressive to start with, but I think the sweet spot for me with sometimes needing to hit a minimum trading days or minimum profitable 0.5% days is I like to do 1.5, and it's quite nice to do that. But looking at this, I went straight into drawdown. So we had losses. 2 losses there. We had another 1 loss there, another 2 losses there, and another loss there. So already now, I'm pretty much got 1 trade left. You can really lose about 7 trades on 1.5%. I'm already there, sitting there then for nearly a month, no trades. I'm a swing trader. So the first thing I want to really vouch is, this didn't take me a week to blow. It didn't take me a month to blow. This took me nearly 6 months to blow. So I clearly know that even if I buy a prop firm account today, the chances are in 2 months I'm not going to blow it. And then, yeah, you can see from that point, we ended up having another loss. But this is the mistake I made. At this point, I was at 91.8 and I went, going to risk 0.9% on both trades. That means I have 2 trades left instead of 1. Instead of me just blowing that account there on the 6th of May and being done with it and just starting again, really, really killed me because I did lose that position. And then I was at 91, just under, which gave me that 1 last trade. But then the winning streak come. The winning streak come in and I'm being really vigilant on what I take. Sometimes I'm risking 2 positions with the balance. So it might look like I'm risking 1%, but I think at times I was risking 0.6, 0.7%. So the winning streak that I had here only got me back up to like 96k. So I'm still in 4% drawdown nearly. If I just blew that account down here And luckily I did get another challenge from Funded Next, but I could have just gone for another one and I would have passed both of them quicker. That's what I regret there. And you can see that because on the 6th of May is exactly when I got another load of winners, and the winning streak for 2 months there, I think I took like 12 trades and lost 2. And that was the period where I would have passed any prop firm, phase 1 and phase 2. But instead I'm sitting here, and then the drawdown period comes again for me, and I've had a really, really bad spell, and this is what we've seen here. It doesn't look great considering I'm a prop firm trader with a lot of capital, but what is important is you've got to understand your data. I can't sit here now with all these losses and say I haven't seen this in my data. I've seen it 3 to 5 times. There are periods like this exact thing I'm seeing here in my data. There's no reason for me to feel like I'm doing something wrong at this point because I've done all the testing. So yeah, it's a bad spell for me. It is what it is. I don't know whether the 2 trades I've got running here will play out, but you can see that this is what's happened this year for me. I've been on losing streaks and winning streaks, no in between. It all depends on when you purchase a prop firm challenge. If you purchase it at the very start of a winning streak, you're going to pass a prop firm challenge in a few weeks to a month. If you don't, you're going to end up in massive deep drawdown. So you really got to be careful when you execute on purchasing that challenge. That was really the account, and then we went into losses. So you can see here I was at 96, 95. I'm risking 1%. And then I got to here, 93.8, and this was last week, and I just sat there and went, what am I doing? I am just going to keep seeing this account with minimal risk being taken from 90 to 95, maybe pushing up back up to 100. But I went, what am I here to do on Funded Next? I'm 100k funded with Funded Next. This is another 100k challenge. It was in phase 1. It wasn't like it was in phase 2. I sat there and went, well, I want to get max allocated now because I'm max allocated with other firms. I want to get this to be a max allocated. The situation that I'm in then is either I take this 100k, slowly get it back up, purchase another 100k, try and pass that, or I full port the account in regards to have 93.8 left. I'm going to risk 1.7%, 1.8% on 2 different positions for the week. If they both lose, then my account's done. That's exactly what happened. What did I do as a result of that? I decided to purchase a new account. So I've got now a 200k prop firm 2 phase on Funded Next here, which I've took 2 positions on, 1 position lost to start with, 1.5%. So I'm just going to go for the max allocation. So that's another thing I wish I did a long time ago, really, but it is what it is now. Since we're in this bad spell, and we could see us come out of this with, can't tell the future, but yeah, we could get a good streak going again, and then I'd pass this fairly quickly instead of sitting there on this account. So yeah, I did admittedly go from risking 1% to risking 1.7%, but the whole mistake come from me dropping my risk in the first place. So the main rule and the main takeaway I want to do for this is don't reduce your risk in drawdown. As much as that sounds counterintuitive, you will just never pass a challenge. The challenge is there to be passed. Maybe if it's a first prop firm account and you just want to practice, that's fine. We're not talking about that. We're talking for people here that want to get funded with a lot of firms. When it's profit, it's different, because if you're able to stack up profit, you're very close to the overall goal of passing your prop firm challenge, and you're only, let's say, 3-4% away. You can drop your risk if you've got a higher trade. No point risking 2% on a challenge account when you can risk 0.5% and win that trade and it will pass you the challenge. So when you're in profit, you can actually drop your risk. But when you're in drawdown, you're just being scared of failing the account. And I was probably scared of failing a prop firm account, even though I know for the risk that I have, and my max total loss streak in my data is 7, and that could potentially be 8 or 9 if I make a few mistakes. Let's say it is 8 at 1.5, while I'm going way above that 10% risk rule, aren't I? I'm losing 12%, I think. So if I'm losing 12% at a certain point, why can't I expect to fail a challenge? If I maybe risk 0.7% to 0.9% on a challenge, I should never fail a challenge. But I've come to the realization that, yeah, it is alright to fail a challenge. I've just gone and brought the double size bigger the account, because I know I am profitable in the long run. So you can see there the dangers of starting a prop firm account in drawdown. You can look through all the overall winners and losses here, but to me, I don't need to review what happened here, because this account wasn't down to my own wrongdoing in any way. It was purely down to poor risk management and drawdown, which I should have just blown the account back in May, and instead I longed it out for 3 more months and wasted my time on it. Lost out on that one, but you can't win them all. You're taking risks every week in the market. It's a game we play in prop firms, and sometimes you just got to let yourself lose and let yourself go on to the next challenge and go again. I just realised my camera's maybe not quite catching my whole head. But yeah, that is an insightful one, because it's proven that when you do start a prop firm challenge in profit, it's a huge advantage compared to when you start it in a loss. Just keep that in mind. It doesn't mean if you lose, you've got to go crazy. You've got to remember this took a long time to fail. And my overall goal really here should have been to blow the account. And that's really all I'm taking away from it, just to share with you guys my thoughts of this account, because I'm not always going to do the right things either. And even though I am getting funded with different prop firms, there's always lessons to take. But you've really, in this game, especially prop firm game, you've got to learn in all different areas, not just the charts. You've got to learn different prop firms, you've got to learn rules, you've got to learn what's good, what's not, in the way that you do things. The only way you experience that is by taking many challenges and failing challenges and getting blown off prop firms. And all these different things are just there for you to learn. So keep everything in mind and take it with a pinch of salt. Don't take it as an insult that you've had an account blown, because it's normal. The best traders in prop firms also blow accounts. Just remember, you've got to go again. And there's a high chance, if you've just experienced the drawdown period and you took losses and you've blown your account, there's a higher chance when you do go into that next challenge, if you do it instantly, you'll probably pass it quite quick. That's it for today. See you in the next one. Take care. Peace out.